ask this question. One of the things that I've been concerned about, and this goes across the gamut as far as age groups too, are these deep fakes. This idea where AI is used, someone's reputation can be literally eliminated in a day because there's some type of fake video. What does a huge company like yours do to try to identify these, to take them either offline or to identify that these are deep fakes?
I'll say just to start, so first, thank you for the question, and it's something that's been concerning for us for a long time, and we've invested a lot in technical measures to be able to better detect, as well as making a lot of these measures and processes that we've learned from available to others to be able to do that and to rapidly be able to take those down. And happy to get more details if you're interested in more of the specifics on the technology that we use to be able to see.
I think that'd be very helpful because, again, this is a reputational issue. It takes a
Absolutely.
lifetime to generate a reputation that can be destroyed in a minute.
Absolutely.
And I think that this is especially true not only in politics, but just everyday life. I mean, we've seen how people get hazed, bullying happen, especially at the middle schools and high schools, and this could easily be done with just a basic technology. And so any advice you all have would be great. I think the second one I'll ask with NASDAQ, if I could. There is existing rules of the road. What are those guide rails sufficient for what you do every day in the investment world? And are there enough recommendations that our committee is putting out and that you're, of course, producing and providing for us? Where are we? Are the guardrails sufficient now? Are there a lot more guardrails needed, in your opinion, to make sure that the financial markets are protected from AI in a negative way?
Our markets, as you know, are highly regulated and have a lot of transparency to ensure that we run our markets in a way that is enduring from a trust perspective. Trust is not a word we've spoken about a lot, but trust is extremely important when we talk about our markets. So the fact that we are highly regulated, run mission-critical infrastructure requires us to have certain standards outside of just thinking about AI. And I think we can use that as the foundation, whether it's the securities law, it's Reg SCI, it's following this, all of that are foundational. What I mentioned earlier, and I think is incredibly important, as this technology advances and maybe creates gaps, we need to make sure there's information sharing, that we have a safe space to share information with one another about what we're seeing, within our own four walls and across the industry. So I think that would be what I would advocate for, to make sure that we have what we need on a principle-based and from a federal level. Those are the two things that I think we would also want to see.
Thank you. And Ms. Whitmore, what keeps you up at night about AI? What is the biggest concern that's out there, in your opinion? You see this every single day. We deal with a lot of issues every single day, but you're focused on AI. What is the fear factor that you have, wondering, God, I hope they don't do this, or this is the threat that's most prevalent out there in both the business community and the general internet space?
Thank you for the question, Congressman. So first, I think just a challenge that attackers are leveraging AI for, which is primarily speed and scale. So now we're looking at reduced timeframes to execute a ransomware attack to 25 minutes, and that includes from initial access into an environment to the time that they encrypt or steal data in that environment. The second is the concern that attackers are specifically targeting AI to then misuse it intentionally, right? And that requires the use of some specific guardrails to put in place. But in particular, one, we can, to solve these two challenges, right? We need to be fighting machines with machine speed. That's the only solution that we're going to have to transform the way that we detect and respond, and to truly get to decrease numbers in both of those categories. And then second is the capability to ensure that as these systems are running within environments, that we've got the critical levels of visibility into the actions they're taking, so that when an attacker does decide to change the functionality of an agent and have it go rogue, that we can detect that and stop it as quickly as possible.
Appreciate the thoughtful answers to those. And Mr. Chairman, I yield back.